What do we have for Leo? Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy at the foundation of the reading, Leo. I was just explaining this in one of the other zodiac readings, that typically the karma that individuals get that, let's say, equates to what they did to you isn't exactly what they did to you. Okay, it works in a very meticulous fashion, and there's this genius approach that the universe takes in order to get people to learn their lesson. So let's say, for example, there's somebody who's always making fun of the way somebody looks, calling people ugly, always picking at people's appearance. The karma that these types of individuals get will then, yes, be in their appearance, but they will actually become all those things that they saw in these other individuals. And I've seen this happen, Leo. Recently, I saw a couple of people that hold this sort of mean girl kind of energy, always picking on the way people look. Both of these individuals were deeply insecure people, but it's one thing to be insecure and keep to yourself and try and go through the shadow work to heal that. And it's another thing to project that energy onto others and to hurt other people. And both of these people were serial bullies. And what these individuals have turned into now, in regards to their physical appearance, equates perfectly to their wicked behavior. And I feel that this is something that you all are going to start witnessing as well. You're going to start seeing people receiving their karma for what they tried to speak unto your life. This Seven of Swords is an energy that's being caught. It's like the universe sees them now. They're like, oh, uh-oh. Everybody sees this person for who they are. This is also going to be a part of their karma. I'm of the thinking that as people age, they really start to look like who they truly are on the inside, right? Some people become more beautiful. Some people just stay the same and have the signs of aging, and then others start to look really, really bad. I've seen some physically beautiful people turn into individuals that are very, very hard on the eyes. But it's all because of their behavior. They were always ugly on the inside, and now it's coming to the surface. So this is something that the universe wants you to be aware of, Leo, because it's going to help you in seeing that the universe is on your side, that karmic justice is at play here. And we don't want to focus on what people are receiving karmically, but when it comes up, it's coming up for a reason. You're meant to see this because you need to be aware of how divine law is at play in your life. It also allows you to move forward with your shoulders held high, Leo, knowing that the divine has your back. And it's amongst this knowing that you start to understand your place in the universe in these people's lives. You were essentially used as a divine vessel, a tool, so to speak, to bring judgment into these individuals' lives so they can have their karma sentenced to them and start getting on the path to healing. Now, it's very important that you also understand, Leo, that though karma may look like it's a very negative thing in these people's lives, this is the universe working to heal these individuals. And the universe works on a much bigger scale than you think. The universe looks at these individuals as essentially an energy signature that has many, many different life cycles. So this is what is going to raise the subject matter of your north and south node. See, by their next life cycle, the universe is trying to get these people to get on the right path. So although this life will be one where they are having to live out the karmic consequences of their actions, the next life cycle, the universe is preparing for them to get it right. So as long as you understand that all of this is necessary, it's essentially the divine reprimanding individuals. And Nobody is exempt from this. Everybody goes through karma, some more extreme than others. Unfortunately, what I'm picking up inside your energy, Leo, is pretty severe. These individuals are having to pay big time for what they've put you through. What do we have? The sacral? Unbelievable. Eight of Swords in reverse. I was just getting ready to say, Leo, that you're breaking free. And what do I get? The Eight of Swords in reverse at the sacral, which is the card of breaking free. It's an energy of liberation and freedom. See, Seven of Swords is representing these individuals being caught. And on the other side of that, you are being set free. Your job here is essentially done. This could be related to family members, exes, friends, take it as it fits. But this is a balancing of the scales. And another thing that I've also learned, Leo, individuals will not receive their karma until you wake up to their wicked behavior and essentially cut the cord. The divine needs you to be removed, and then judgment comes through. Now, karma has an interesting framework in that you can never tell when somebody's going to get it, but I truly believe that when you cut the cord, things are set in motion. And from what I've noticed, it's usually drawn out over a long period of time. There's this energy of suffering that takes place there. You know, I always hear other tarot readers saying, oh, this person sent you death magic and a death spell. That person is going to die now. I honestly don't think that's how that works. In fact, it's quite the opposite. These are people that won't escape easily for what they've done. These are individuals that have a long, long life, but they will suffer. There is an energy of misery here, and this is also something that I have seen play out in my own life. Okay? People that have wished this horrible darkness into other people's lives, people that have used black magic to send this death spirit into people's lives, to throw them off path. All of these individuals, I have now witnessed them suffering in their lives. These are people that wake up every day with the full weight of the universe on their shoulders. They must feel the weight of what they have done, especially when it comes to the things that I just mentioned here. There's just no way out of this. You know, all of us have done things that we wished we wouldn't have. That's just human nature. But most of you haven't done things nearly as severe as these individuals. You've probably done some things. You've been sentenced to some sort of karma in your life. You've paid it back, and now you're moving on. But whatever the case here, Leo, this has taken some time. And I feel a lot of you have been sort of lingering inside this cycle for a little while, wondering when this feeling would be over. It's like the energy ebbs and flows. One day you're up, one day you're down. This is also a part of the karma that you're having to deal with for being engaged in these cycles with people. Lessons also have to be learned on your side as well. The universe needs to make sure that you've gathered the wisdom so you don't re-engage in cycles with these individuals or other individuals that hold this same sort of energy signature. What do we have? The solar plexus? Wow. Judgment. So these cards are falling out right after I speak on them. And this happens when I'm tapped perfectly into the energy of the individuals that I'm reading for. Here they are, here you are, and here is the divine. The divine really needs you to understand, Leo, how all this is unfolding on the etheric plane. I just heard court is in session. Some of these individuals are going to start dealing with a lot of legal issues, living in fear. The divine is also going to prepare a table for you in front of these individuals at some point. A part of their karma is watching you move on and be happy. You actually being able to attain everything that they tried to strip from you or tell you or made you feel you would never have in your life. These individuals had plenty of opportunities to do the work, but they refused to self-examine. But Leo, at the end of the day, you also need to understand that they manifested this into their own life. What you put out into the universe is what you will receive back. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. These cycles that you've ran with these individuals, Leo, you are going to start understanding, if you haven't already, that they were absolutely necessary. Because amongst all of this, there's a spiritual evolution taking place in your life. This is a form of ascension for you. The way you look at life is just completely different. There's a certain mechanics to the universe, and you start to understand that everything had to happen exactly the way it did. It's divine order. Evolution is underway perpetually. It never stops. And these energies that try to stagnate you or cause you to have self-doubt on your path, influencing you to deny your destiny, well, they need to be dealt with. And you need to know that divine law is at play in your life. It's incredibly important that you are aware that you are being protected and guided through this time in your life, Leo. For some of you, you haven't seen this awakening reflecting yet in your reality. There's still a sense of struggle there. But things will change, Leo. You just need to keep pushing forward. Sometimes the universe will test us to make sure we're not going to go back, so we don't see any change happening in our life, and we get scared. We go back, we re-engage with these individuals in the same karmic cycles, and then you end up right back where you started. So all I can tell you is, Leo, you need to keep pushing forward. The change will come. I denied myself awakening on multiple occasions years and years ago, trying to disengage from these energies in my life and then going back in some capacity because I wasn't seeing the change quick enough. I did this so many times until the years just kept stacking up behind me. So then I prepared myself and I pushed through as hard as I could, did not give up, did not go back. And then boom, just complete miracle came into my life and things changed. It finally took. A lot of you have experienced exactly what I'm explaining to you. You've been through it. But Leo, you have to keep pushing. You got to keep going. Anything is better than going back. That's actually something I had to convince myself. I ended up convincing myself that being flat broke and homeless on the street would be better than going back to those karmic cycles in my life. And I was completely serious about that. I prepared myself for that. Finally, the divine was like, oh, wow, he's serious this time. He gets it. And then everything turned around. So you can't fake out the divine, Leo. They know every thought. They know every emotion. Pluto, Scorpio energy with that judgment. What do we have at the heart, please? 9 of Swords. 7, 8, 9 of Swords. And again, this goes along with everything I just said. Right here you are. When are things going to start changing for me? Why can't I shake this feeling? Why can't I shake this fear? Leo, there's major spiritual changes unfolding around you. It's time for you to fully overcome your greatest fear and face off with this darkness eye to eye. You have the chance to soar here, Leo, but it's dependent on your willingness to overcome your darkest shadow. And for a lot of you, that's being alone. A lot of you don't want to be alone, but you also want real love. You want somebody who's going to treat you right. You have to understand there's a transitionary period, Leo. You have to heal yourself from what you've been through to be able to attract what it is you know you deserve. The energy of need needs to be expelled from your energy. You need to know that you are all you need. Once you truly understand this and you become this, then you will get what you deserve, what you want, what you would like. This is also something that takes time, Leo. And again, I can't give you a time frame. Each and every one of you is going to be different here. But you just have to have confidence that the divine will arrange things in your favor once the healing has plateaued. And what I mean by that is we're never completely done with healing. It's perpetual. But we get to a point where we're ready. Evolution is healing. We're constantly healing, evolving, growing. There's constant growing pains. That does not go away when you look at things from a universal perspective. But you will get to a point where you're ready for the next experience and cycle in your life. What do we have at the throat, please? Unbelievable. And there it comes. Ace of Pentacles, right? The divine bringing through this blessing. You're now ready. And see how there's this walkway here, right? Those pinnacles, which to me represent the pinnacle of some success in your life. The divine taking you down the path to healing. See, for a lot of the Leo collective, it's a heart chakra blockage. There's a heart chakra balancing taking place here. For some of you, you're having to heal from an overactive heart chakra, which was you giving too much of yourself to people. It's an energy of self-sacrificing. For others, you're overcoming a blockage, which is an energy of you having trust issues, holding on to resentment based off of your treatment because you gave too much of yourself, because you sacrificed too much of yourself. This takes time. Some of you could be waking up in the middle of the night with what I call hot bed, right? It's like when you wake up and all your sheets are real hot. See those red sheets there? It's like a red hue there. This has to do with you being healed, upgraded, things like this, Leo. There's a lot going on in the etheric plane. You could be having some really strange dreams right now as well. This is all representative of these energetic cords being dispelled from your auric field. But this is on the way, Ace of Pentacles. This is on the other side of this, Leo. This could be a person. This could represent person, place, thing. Take it as it fits. But there's something on the way, and it's all the result of you letting go of something or some things or somebody or somebodies from your life. See, it's like this is happening on the etheric plane, right? This is what you can't see. Court is in session, and then here you are in your reality. You're like, oh my God, what is all this? What are these dreams that I'm having about these angels in a courtroom? I can't sleep. Why is my bed so hot? It's because of this. And this is what follows this. And this is taking place because of this and this. What do we have at the third eye, please? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy with that Ace of Pentacles. Gemini energy with that Nine of Swords. I got the Eight of Cups and the Tower. Pisces energy with this Eight of Cups. Aries energy with this Tower. Unbelievable. This says it all, Leo. Walking away and not looking back. And see how the moon is like, I wonder if Leo will actually walk away this time. It's like they're putting a wager down, right? Making a bet with the sun. The sun representing you, the moon representing the unseen. Emphasis on this sun and moon energy I'm feeling inside your energy right now, Leo. This tower is representing this destruction being brought to these false securities that you're letting go of. And this is divinely guided, Leo, the tower. That's like the red button in the Oval Office. You know, when that sort of energy comes through for you to turn around and go back into these cycles is very bad, Leo. This is you now receiving some sort of karmic consequences because of this. So it's very important that you push forward because most, if not all of you, asked for this. You wanted this. Please help me be strong. You've prayed. You've been manifesting something that is more in alignment with what you perceive as harmonious in your life. And now it's here, and you're unsure. You know, the thing is, Leo, when you manifest things into your life, there is a process that you must go through for the divine to get you to that manifestation. An example of this would be you're in a karmic cycle that feels like hell. So you're praying to the divine, please remove me. I just want to be happy. I want to live a abundant, harmonious life. And then the divine shows up. Okay, Leo, let's go. Jump in. And you're like, awesome. And the divine's like, okay, Leo, but we got to let you know that it's going to be a couple years before you actually start seeing your manifestation show up in your life. And you're like, I don't understand. Why? Well, because we have to go through the valley of darkness to get you to your destination. And on the journey, we're going to be healing you, preparing you. So you're a vibrational match to your manifestation when you get there and you don't fumble the bag, so to speak. And this one can really be attributed to love, right? A lot of people will come to me for personal readings and they're getting out of these really toxic relationships and they want new love immediately. And what comes through in the readings is that there needs to be this period of time where you have to actually heal from what you've been through, raise your vibration, and then align yourself with somebody who's on a newer vibrational plane so you don't repeat the same cycle you've been through. Obviously, most people don't like hearing that, but some people understand and they get it and they say, okay, awesome, I understand. And those are the people that actually then achieve receiving that new love in their life. The people who don't like hearing that usually just go straight back to the same old karmic cycle they were always in. You have free will, Leo, but this is how it's done. This is actually grounded in reality when you think about it. It takes work to align yourself with what you truly deserve, right? It's just like going to the gym. Maybe you see a photo of the type of body you would like to have. You start going to the gym, and then maybe 6 months to a year down the line, depending on how much you let yourself go, you start to see some sort of results. It just takes time. But the quicker you get to this and the harder you work at this, the sooner you will get there. What do we have at the foundation, please? Four of Pentacles, Val 4, Capricorn energy. This really adds further detail to what I'm picking up here with the Seven of Swords. See, these individuals, let's just say, I just heard for some of you this could even be work-related, so take it as it fits. A really repressive work environment where you've just been giving your blood, so to speak, for years and years and years. But whatever the case, this Four of Pentacles here, this is representing a poverty mindset, Leo. Lack mentality. That is the end result of what you've been put through. This is how they always intended for you to be. Poverty mindset, lack mentality. You being void of any sort of self-confidence and drive to push forward and go after what you truly deserve in your life. What do we have at the sacral, please? Oh, wow. Five of Cups. Scorpio energy. Right underneath that Eight of Swords in reverse at the sacral. So here you are breaking free with this Eight of Swords in reverse, and then here they are. They have no place to connect those narcissistic cords of attachment, right? The life draining out of them. They're actually starting to look like the wickedness that they projected out into the universe at others. Goes back to what I said at the beginning of the reading. Some of them may actually be looking like that, male or female. It's like you can start to see the demonic possession on these people's faces. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it. It's like you can see, it sounds weird, but it's like you can see it in their cheeks. Maybe some of their faces are starting to look pale and sucked in, or maybe they're getting this sort of bobblehead kind of look, right? Real round face. There's just something up with these individuals' faces. And what's so interesting, Leo, what I've witnessed in my own life when it comes to how I've seen these sorts of cycles unfold, this sort of possession, right, when you can see it on these people's faces, there is literally demons that you can find in the Goetia, right, that look like these people. See, these demons are different forms of possession, so to speak. They hold different behavioral patterns, right? So you can think about the way somebody acts, you can look at the way they look, and then you can go and you can typically find a demon, right, that holds these same behavioral patterns that they actually start to look like. That's very real. I remember about 4 or 5 years ago when I first started to really understand how this worked, that demons are just essentially behavioral patterns. It blew my mind. Every karmic person that's come across my path and tried to do something really wicked to me, I can pick out their demonic possession. That Five of Cups is also representing this energy of you moving on, and these individuals now in this energy of loss and regret. But they're only in regret because they've been caught by the universe. They're only in regret because they're under judgment. They're only in regret because you managed to escape. Oh, wow. King of Cups, Alistair, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. A lot of you Leos have been through some really serious emotional abuse. It's a very volatile, manipulative energy here. For some of you, it was even worse than just emotional abuse. But there is something here highlighting your emotions, how you feel about yourself, based off of these disgusting projections that these individuals projected into your life. This is also an energy of you being taken advantage of because you were giving too much of yourself, right? That self-sacrificing energy. You're starting to see now how you allowed this in your own life, Leo, right? I feel like for a lot of you, this is where you could be at. It's like this energy of realization. It's all a part of the healing process. Some of you have been going right back to the core of where you may have picked up this trait from. Why did I allow that person to treat me that way? What is it inside of me that made me think that that was acceptable or that was okay treatment to allow myself to have? Yeah, exactly, Leo. Usually going right back to the core, right back to the beginning of your life and just retracing your steps, thinking about your parental figures, the people that had an influence in your life. Usually you'll find something amongst all of that. It's learnt. It's something you've picked up along the way. Some of you have an idea of this, but it goes much deeper than just the idea. Because though you may have picked this up from somebody, which 99.9% of the time you did, that person also picked it up from somewhere. And then the person they picked it up from also picked it up from somewhere. There is a source to all of this. And when you really start to go back and you find yourself, oh God, maybe a couple of 100 years back into your family lineage, you'll start to see that a lot of this had to do with where the world was at historically in these specific times that these ancestors lived in. It's really wild when you start to do this, Leo. I've done all this, and it's so deeply healing when you can go all the way back and just start trying to dissect where all this began. I highly encourage you to do this, Leos. Taking the time to do that is like the greatest therapy session ever. When I went through this healing journey, I mapped out my entire life from the day I was born up until current day. Made a huge Excel document every year with every month, every week, and every day. And I just went through and I filled in as much as I could possibly remember. And obviously there was a lot of things I couldn't remember, especially when I was a child. But just being able to see everything I could remember allowed me to kind of get a idea of where I was during those times where I couldn't remember. This was more healing than any other one thing I have ever done in my life. Looking at my own blueprint, Leo, I highly encourage all of you to do this. And doing this also doubles as a blueprint to your own life story. Maybe some of you can extract a book out of there. But if you take the time to do something similar to this, and just take your time, there's no rush, this will teach you more about yourself than any other one thing that you can utilize in your own life to better understand yourself. What do we have at the heart, please? Six of Wands, murmur, Leo energy, overthrow of authority. So this is shadow Leo energy here. See, this goes along exactly with everything we're saying here. This is an energy of them wanting you to give up. This is also the energy of being taken advantage of. So we have it, Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, King of Cups. These are all energies that speak about you being taken advantage of. And there's this energy of, it's like rebellion, right? Overthrow of authority. So it's you waking up to this self-empowering by quite possibly some of the ways I mentioned, and you completely turning your life around in a way that you never even thought possible. Maybe you never even knew that this kind of life even existed. But this is them bringing out the shadow aspects of your zodiac sign, Leo. Essentially, them bringing out the worst in you. You're all about pride and courage at your highest vibration. So what they're trying to do is bring out the opposite of that. And then we have Ace of Cups, rejuvenation, Nethael, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So now, as we go into the outcome, we go from these shadow energies into these angel energies, which is the outcome. So shadow, light, demon, angel. Your lowest vibration and what is going to become your highest vibration of you being emotionally balanced, no longer affected by these tactics, moving in this very stoic kind of energy. And this also represents new energies coming into your life, right? After you've received, I mean, to me it looks like a trophy. I know it's a cup because of Ace of Cups, but it's like you receive this, right? The universe is like, good job, Leo, we've arrived. You are now ready to step into this new timeline, otherwise known as everything you've been trying to manifest in your life that was in alignment with your visions and your destiny. And you're like, wow, we're already here? That didn't take so long after all. What do we have at the throat, please? Four of Swords, Ha'el, the god of Trinity, Libra energy. Mission, protects against slander and impious people. This is an energy of recovery now, Leo. And notice how she's laying on the lion, right? That's you, the lion. It's like you've realigned with your higher self. You're in an energy now, you're kind of thinking about the past, what you've been through to get to this point. This is you on the other side, healed. You've arrived. Mission. Protects against slander and impious people. You're no longer affected by these tactics anymore. This is what you need to become to receive everything that you want, right? What do we have at the third eye, please? Three of Cups, Cancer energy at the third eye. EIL, the right hand of God. Fame and renown. Influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. Right underneath that, Eight of Cups. So this is an energy now of support coming through from the divine. The complete opposite of what you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind running cycles with people that never truly had your back. They were always doing things to sabotage you and stagnate your movement forward. And this is also an energy of you being completely protected by the divine, right? Child of the universe. Emphasis again on your childhood here, Leo. There's something there. So what I said in regards to mapping out your life, filling in all the events that have taken place in your life. I mean everything. Every city you've ever lived in, all the people you've dated. Put it all on a huge life chart is what I personally call it. And when I did mine, I actually filled in all of the major astrological transits from the day I was born up until present day. Seeing how these certain events unfolded in my life under very specific astrological transits, especially Saturn returns. I mean, it was mind-blowing, the patterns that I saw in my own chart. So I'm telling you all this, Leo, because I feel that a lot of you are really going to find a lot of healing in doing this for yourself, okay? What do we have at the crown to close us out for my Leos, please? Oh. What a way to end. The star, Vesaria, God the just, Aquarius energy, clemency and equilibrium, protects against attacks in the courts, right? The courts. All you need to do is keep pushing forward, Leo. This thing in the palm of your hands, right? That can represent what you're trying to manifest, your happiness, harmony, you getting everything you want, right? And everything you deserve. Staying focused on it, right? Don't lose your focus. Don't go back. I just heard so clearly, time doesn't exist. So that's going to mean something to somebody out there. I don't understand why they gave me that message, but I'm just a vessel. I'm just here to deliver the messages the way they give it to me. But whatever the case here, Leo, this is a very powerful, very beautiful spread. So you just need to hold on to that hope, Leo. Keep the faith. Keep pushing forward. Don't go back, Leo. And again, I encourage you to use some of these tools that I spoke about in this reading. You're going to find something that you never knew was there. Leo, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline. should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Leo. Take care.